Hey guys, Patrick Johnston, managing broker, co-owner of Go Dominican Life.com, your property management and real estate services company right here in Dominican Republic. So this is part 2 of a video series with Peter Noel. Peter Noel is our property manager and digital partner for all of our systems for 40 plus condos and villas that we manage across the country, across the island. And this video is about service and support. And we wanted to describe to you sort of what that means and how it makes it effective for you. But let's start by saying, if you're self-managing right now and you're anywhere in North America and you have a condo or a villa anywhere in the DR, you're basically a one-man show. So you're like a car dealer with one car, sort of thing, right? And you're operating sort of like a buyer and a seller on Facebook Marketplace. For us, we're like a Walmart where we have a ton of properties, call it 40 plus, in a variety of areas, in a variety of price points, in a variety of sizes. So we can take a lead that comes in or an inquiry, because that's basically what happens. Somebody inquires on something, and if they don't like that for whatever reason, price, size, dates, availability, color scheme of the property, proximity to the beach, no kitchens, no baths, whatever it is, we can sell them to another property. So service and support is part of that mix. But if you're a one-man show, car dealer with one car, you basically sort of spin your wheels quite quickly before you can actually hook a client onto something, right? That said, there's 25 plus people now on our team in the property management world. State of mind, top of mind, we have eight or nine housekeeping staff. We have 3 hosts. We have 4 pool, garden, and maintenance people. And then it goes on and on and on. And those are direct employees. And then separate to that, we have plumber, electrician, and all things that we need on standby. But it starts with basically what Peter and I do. I do all the operational things, but which is one part of the business. And then Peter's primary role is doing all the digital side. And it's kind of goes like this, you know, you have to have the digital and the ground operations to make it a success. And we sort of all stay in our own lane. We meet a couple of times a week, but basically someone's driving the revenue and someone's servicing the revenue by way of operations. So why don't you speak to sort of the channels, the online digital, and how it's so easy to do. Because that's reality, that's what I know you think this is all about. But I'll tell you this, it's so easy that I couldn't do it myself, and then we recruited Peter and said, hey, Peter, come to DR and run our systems for us. True enough, because he had 25 plus Airbnbs across Canada in different cities of Canada, so here we go. So this is the time for you to sort of sit back and think about, if you're just running your single villa or single apartment that you're doing for yourself, listen to how many distribution channels we get with our listings get in order to have a high occupancy.
Well, we try to put the listings on multiple channels to appeal to multiple demographics. And that could be country and or people. We use the obvious, Airbnb, we use Booking.com, Expedia, Vrbo, Marriott's Homes and Villas. Those are the ones that you're probably most aware of. And there's another 8 or 9 in certain parts of Asia and South America that we use. You always want to have different channels, because different jurisdictions geographically are more comfortable with certain channels.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, we don't know why, but that's just the way it is. For instance, Expedia is geared to more the North American market. Most people in the US or Canada will book on Expedia. However, Europe will book on Booking.com.
Booking.com, yeah.
And of course, you have Airbnb, which is everywhere. Vrbo, VRBO, previously known as VRBO, they're more for families in certain parts of, for instance, Peru or Bolivia or Argentina, you'll find that families, a group of 4 or 5 will book on verbal. So with these channels, you try to move the inventory to adjust to the market based on the season.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know, 8 to 10 channels roughly?
Yeah, 10 plus.
Then you have a direct booking channel, because once you have people in your system and they've been once or twice, and we build a relationship with them, then our emphasis is to then market to them directly to avoid those systems of Airbnb, Booking.com, Expedia, etc., and book with us directly. For you, the clients of ours, to save money, because the booking fees and what we have to pay to all the booking engines go away when we don't have to pay for them. So we can offer a discount or a savings to you as a client. So digital is a huge thing, and it's, you know, the interesting thing I've learned on this side in the last couple of years is that the photos and videos that we do for real estate sales are different than the photos and videos style that we need to do for rentals.
That's right. With rentals, you're trying to create an experience. You want the photos so the potential guest, after viewing the photos or while viewing the photos, could picture themselves staying at the property. You have to create an experience. Versus real estate, you're basically just selling the property itself. You're not selling an experience. You're not selling accommodations.
Yeah.
So the type of videos and photos, the editing of the photos is quite different than it is with real estate, with selling.
If you think about this, you know, we all know realtors because it is what it is. But as you know, when you watch a video about some realtors, it's all about the realtor, not the property. So let me show you this beautiful 4-bedroom, 2-bath, but the focus is on them when the focus really should be on the property. In this situation with photos and videos for rentals, there are no people in the videos and photos that we do, and you'll see a couple links below that you'll get this example, because we want them to imagine themselves in that photo. They don't want to get the beautiful woman Peter from Santo Domingo removed from the photo or video. They want to picture their beautiful partner, spouse, girlfriend, family in that environment. So that's important too. So when we say service and support, the first part of this operation is, when we divide it out, it's digital and general operations. But the other area that we often neglect, however, it's the backbone of all businesses, including management, and that's accounting and administration. We have with all the properties that we manage, and if we take on average in this time of year, I would say 10 to 14 bookings a day.
At least.
At least
14 to 16.
14 to 16 new reservations a day for our system. And every single booking like that is tracked, and everything has to be sourced right back to that guest arrival on time. So the people that don't get all the glory, but you should be thankful for them, is accounting and administration. So in our accounting department, we have 3 ladies in our accounting department, and we have a CFO that oversees to make sure all that accounting works. And it's 2 levels of accounting. One that you care about is the consumer and our client, is that we get revenue checks to you, or transfers, or wire transfers, around the 5th day of the month. Say for June 5th, we pay out for the month of May. But all of the cutting of the fish, catching the fish, preparing the fish, doing the dishes about the fish, has to all be done and organized and summarized. Peter on his side, and then accounting on the other side, verify, and then we send it all out on the 5th of the month. That's not an easy exercise.
No, it could be an accounting nightmare if it's not properly organized and if you don't have the staff to take care of these back end.
If you think about using the stats that you use, 14 to 16 times 30 days in a month, you know, it'll be 300, and that's in the lower season. You know, we're for 350 to 700 to 800 reservations a month in the system. And every one of those has something with it. Toilet paper, a widget, a paint can, you know, so all these little widgets are all caught up in accounting, and we have to make sure, of course, that that widget ties to that property, and then it's quite a system. You know, we always say back, and there's a video, I should put it as a link down below here, watching the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, how they do their laundry. I tell you, we look at that as a marvel on its own. But these are the things, the accounting, the admin, the duck on the top and the legs down below going like this, that you don't need to see that, but it's important for us to share with you all that stuff that has to happen just to get a solid revenue check to you at the 5th day of the following month for the month previous. And you know, it's a huge effort. But I can tell you, our accounting and administration department is bang on. We haven't missed a day, unless the 5th day is on a Saturday or a Sunday type of thing, because we do that Monday to Friday. But otherwise, everyone has their piece. So it's the summary or the group of all the parts together. Digital, operations, repair and maintenance, housekeeping, admin, and accounting, and our CFO overseeing the overall structure to make sure that we can deliver a solid management system for our clients.
The record keeping alone with all the receipts, to PDF the receipts, is a job in itself.
Yeah.
And these must be accurate.
And to talk to that part a bit more, our systems are all based on transparency. So you can sign into our system every day, every minute of every month, and see your revenue building, and all the reservations and why, and how long they're staying, what engine it came from, and all the expenses are there as well. So by the time we get to the 30th day of the month, if you haven't looked, that's up to you, but we have clients that call us and say, on the 23rd at 10 a.m., when the revenue was booked on this, why did that occur? You know, people are watching it, and it takes pressure off of us as the operator, because, you know, it's there for transparency. It's our sales pitch as we go through and new clients come to us, because we've heard from other management companies operate sort of like this, with not sharing everything. But generally speaking, we're talking about digital operations, we talked about general operations, and all the widgets that accounting and administration bring it all together. And that's called service and support. And it's a very big part of this business. And we've seen people that have arrived in our system without service and support, and we see people, unfortunately, leave our system believing that there's better service and support on the outside, and we've seen the results of that as well. So property management, Airbnb, is not a perfect science.
No.
You're dealing with human beings, and you're dealing with 1,000 widgets, and we try to make it as a company a very smooth experience. And I can only imagine, that's what we're talking about, the MGM Grand in Las Vegas.
The laundry.
With 5,000 rooms and how they do their laundry. And we look at that and think about our system with 8 sets of washers and dryers and think, we have no idea what's going on compared to that level. The logistics of a big system is quite amazing. So.
There's a lot of moving parts. You don't just put the property on Airbnb and you wait for someone to book. There's a lot of moving parts, from the rates to managing the potential issues with the plumbers, with all the trades, with accounting, with getting the correct receipts, to having it triple checked correctly.
And to make it look like passive income.
Exactly. A lot of moving parts. It's a full team.
Yeah.
So doing it on your own, will, as I said in the previous videos, will just decrease your ROI.
Right on, right on. Well, that's a lot of information on a second video. So we have 4 more videos coming up in time. And I hope this, when you watch these, it brings to light what's required to make a system work, and how being part of a bigger system can bring you more revenue because there's more selection of property to choose from, and service and support. So I'm Patrick Johnston. This is, of course,
Peter Noel.
And we're here to pump you up. So you can reach out to us on WhatsApp at 829-525-1782, Monday to Saturday, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. And Sundays, it's Happy Sunday Fun Day. We're at the beach, and we'll acknowledge your call and your message, but we'll get back to you on Mondays. Today's Friday. Have a great weekend, if you're watching this, whenever you're watching it, and we'll talk to you very soon. Adios for now.